went down there, I mean, you really don't know. It was like the icing on the cake. I had an interview earlier with somebody who was asking me, well, how do you feel about this? I said, I'm still trying to grasp hold to the position. I said, but more so than the position, it was who elected me and installed me in office. And that would be Dr. Byron Clay, yourself, and many, many others. So I thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes. And I want to start off with you and the questions, because we do want people to know more about the new National Christian Leadership Movement. Can you, and then, Representative Sykes and Treasurer Russaw can follow. But can you tell us why? Why is there a new National Christian Leadership Movement and what you want to accomplish?
So one of the things that we pride on is two things, really. One is we follow the spirit and leadership of Dr. Martin Luther King, of nonviolence. And our biggest push is love and democracy. Love and social justice. Love and democracy. Love and so, I think they heard me the second time. And so we rest upon those 7 mountains that have been placed before us. And looking back, a lot of people have forgotten that the church was the leader in the civil rights movement that got us the Civil Rights Act. The church was the leader in the Voting Rights Act back in 1965. So what we have lost is our morality. So we're redeeming the soul of America through the power of love. And that's why there's a need for the new National Christian Leadership Movement. And those 7 mountains that we rest upon and rely upon are religion, family, education, government, media, arts, entertainment, and, of course, business. To have a cultural transformation. And the core goal of those 7 mountains is so that could permeate and transform cultural pillars that have changed and lost its morality. We got to bring the morale back to America, and we're trying to redeem it through the power of love. That's the need, and that's the want, and that's the goal.
Chairwoman Kathy Sykes, the same question. Why has the new National Christian Leadership Movement been formed? What are you seeking to accomplish that's different than other existing religious institutions?
So, first of all, I just want to say that we have a motto that says the new National Christian Leadership Movement is a movement in the spirit of unity and oneness. So we all must come together, because we are under attack like we've seen it before, but it's like folk have been lulled to sleep because they think that we have overcome, but we have not. So I'm going to just share with you all the mission statement of the New National Christian Leadership Movement. This organization is dedicated to fostering Christ-centered leadership that transforms communities through faith, justice, and service. We equip and empower individuals to lead with integrity, advocate for social justice, and promote unity by applying biblical principles to modern challenges. And so where we are now, I think that they have just left the Bible by the door, and nobody's opening it up. Because if they were, then they would not be denying folks the opportunity to have vaccinations for their children, to receive a COVID shot that's been proven to save lives. They would not be trying to close our museums and rewrite or erase our history. So, and I'm going to stop right there because I can go on and on, but we are in dire circumstances. We found a kid hanging, several hanging, more than one in Mississippi. And so, things have not changed. So we gotta fight old battles with new weapons. I'm gonna stop there.
And Rodreshia Russaw, one of the things that's really interesting that she was just speaking about is all the hangings that seem to be going on in the South. For the new National Christian Leadership Movement, is there a particular area that you focus on? Are there states that are your areas of concentration?
Yeah, and that's a good question. And I do want to say, first of all, we are heartbroken by the outcry and the outpour of the hangings that's been going on without any answers. And I would say particularly Mississippi is really a focus right now, and I want everybody to really understand what happened with Trey Reed and to understand that, yes, we have a lot of stuff going on with the assassination. Everybody knows what we're talking about. But in particularly in the South, these lynchings have been historical. This is nothing new. And we receive calls in our organization often, and even of a lot of hangings happening in Florida. But right now, we need to turn our direction on Mississippi. Why? Mississippi is still one of the most thriving cornerstone states that we look at, besides Alabama. Historically, it has been oppressed. It has been underserved. And we are seeing the attack. And if it's going to happen in Mississippi, it's going to happen in Alabama. It's going to happen in New Orleans. And so that is our focus on these southern states where there is an increase for white supremacy, and we have to call it as it is, and there's an increase of hatred going throughout this country that is disserving our folks that are of culture in our communities into where we are dying. And it's looking like a suicide. So we definitely need to tune into this state in particular to find out what's going on and look into the other states under these unanswered hangings that have been happening and classified as suicide.
And shouldn't the new national Christian leadership movement be saying to this "Hang Them Up High at Sundown" song group to take it down, to stop promoting hanging and lynching? Shouldn't we be complaining to the FCC about such a vicious, evil song? It just seems to me, Daryl, that if we don't want to hear about more hangings, we got to stop this mess because they're promoting it. And this kind of hate has to be stopped. But let me get back to the questions. Tell us, Dr. Glasgow, what for you was the highlight of the September 17th installation program? Last week, the New National Christian Leadership Movement had their installation program. People came from all over the country to be part of it. It was in Hammond, Louisiana, and it was a beautiful service. Tell people, for you, what was the highlight of that program?
The highlight of the program for me, to be honest, was, the people, the caliber, of people that was there. And I could not, I'd be remiss to not even give a thanks and appreciation to the people that traveled 6 hours, 8 hours drive to get there. And the opening of the church doors by the pastor of that church, that edifice, come on, Dr. Arnwine, that edifice was nice. The man who preached it all. And I'm going to tell you, but one of the biggest highlights for me was the moment when Dr. Clay was asking everybody to come on and install us. And he asked for you to come up there and you explained to us what we're facing. I don't know if you was able to capture that moment, Dr. Arnwine, but the faces of the people was at all. Of you telling them what we're in for right now concerning our own voting rights. And I have to say, I was caught up in the moment of joy, happiness, thanking God for being installed. But at that moment, I was seeing, when you were speaking, how much our people are missing what's really happening to us. That caught me up more than the installation itself.
Thank you. Daryl?
Yeah, and Representative Sykes, we've heard much about what the new National Christian Leadership Movement is developed to do, what it's created to do, the leadership that's in place. What's next? What's the next step? What's next up for the new National Christian Leadership Movement?
So there are just so many.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, there are so many fronts that we have to maneuver on. It's just like being in the military. We have environmental racism. There was a huge explosion in a majority black town named Roseland, Louisiana. And you would think that with the plant exploding, limited supply, that stored and manufactured oils and lubricants and antifreeze and soot just covered everything in the community, and no water was distributed by the state or the parish. Excuse me. The New National Christian Leadership Movement, we were boots on the ground thanks to the leadership of Dr. Byron Clay to help the people. And they had a meeting, and General Honore, who was active with the Katrina struggles, excuse me, he spoke, and he said that the people need to look to their government to at least provide water. And think of the folk who lost their jobs. That's not going to stop the rent from being due. And so when we have disasters such as that and environmental racism, look at the water issue in Jackson. These things have not been resolved. And we got to try to come to solutions to some of our problems. I mean, everybody can name the problem, but if you go inside your state capital, we go inside the capital in D.C., that's where the problems are identified, but that's also the place where the solutions are. So we have to engage our people. They have to participate, and they need to know where the solutions lie. And the solutions lie inside our seats of government, whether it's on the city council, on the local level, the county government, the state government, or the federal government. These are the ones who can provide solutions to help solve the problems that our people are facing. And that's the angle that we're going to approach.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being on today's show. Thank you for bringing such a great word to our people around the nation who are listening and internationally. We know those of you who are listening in 13 countries. I just wanted to mention that it was great to be there with you and to see people from Texas, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, Georgia. What states am I missing who were there? It was just beautiful. And if you want to, people are listening, and I know there are church members listening, there are groups listening, there are individuals like me who are individual members and organizational members. How do people join the New National Christian Leadership Movement? Rodreshia, you want to tell people how they can join? Hello?
Yes, if you would like to, and I'm so sorry, Ms. Barbara, if you would like to join and be a member, you can reach us. You can email us at me directly, or Russaw at wearetops.org, or you can email us at the New National Christian Leadership .org as well. And also, you can get in contact with us at 334-671-2882, 334-671-2882, and we will return your call, and we will make sure that we have you signed up. We're also on Facebook as well. The National Christian Leadership Movement has a Facebook page. It's always great social media outlet, so you can definitely reach us there as well.
Wow. And as we close this segment of our show, and as quickly as you can, Dr. Glasgow, give us our parting word.
So our parting words are this. God has you here at such a time as this so that you could be what he needs you to be, so that you can help those who he needs you to help. Each and every one that crosses your path this day, I'm not talking about yesterday, it's gone. I'm not talking about tomorrow, it's still yet to get here. But each and every one that crosses your path this day is an opportunity for you to be a blessing. Even if it's just a smile, or just a simple hello. Something that would give them hope and let them know that God is still on the throne and He's in control. God bless you.
Amen.
I love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Much love.